I'm going to take just a few minutes. Today is Veterans Day. We're recording on Veterans Day, but you won't see it for 10 days later. But happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans. Now, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna hijack the first few minutes of this episode.
Please do.
Unfortunately, Dad couldn't be on the show tonight. We ran into some technical difficulties and he couldn't be on the show. But he and I were at a Veterans Day program this morning at Irwin Elementary School here in town. And I was so impressed with the program that they put on. There was a young lady by the name of Maggie Giaquinta, who was, I believe she was a fifth grader. And the fifth graders had to write a paper, a small thing about the flag. And Maggie was chosen to read hers this morning at the Veterans Day program. I was so impressed with what she wrote. I asked her if I could have a copy and read it on our show tonight. Now, in honor of Veterans Day, again, thank you all of our veterans. I'm going to read to you Maggie Giaquinta's paper on the flag. For more than 200 years, the American flag has been the symbol of our nation's unity, as well as a source of pride and inspiration for millions of citizens. Born on June 14th, 1777, the Second Continental Congress determined that the flag of the United States be 13 stripes, alternating between 7 red and 6 white, and that the Union be 13 stars, white in a blue field representing a new constellation. Between 1777 and 1960, the shape and design of the flag evolved into the flag presented before you today. The 13 horizontal stripes represent the original 13 colonies, while the stars represent the 50 states of the Union. The colors of the flag are symbolic as well. Red symbolizes hardiness and valor. White signifies purity and innocence, and blue represents vigilance, perseverance, and justice. Traditionally, a symbol of liberty, the American flag has carried the message of freedom and inspired Americans both at home and abroad. In 1914, Francis Scott Key was so moved at seeing the stars and stripes waving after the British shelling of Baltimore's Fort McHenry that he wrote the words to the Star-Spangled Banner. In 1892, the flag inspired Francis Bellamy to write the Pledge of Allegiance, our most famous flag salute and patriotic oath. In July 1969, the American flag was flown in space when Neil Armstrong planted it on the surface of the moon. Today, our flag flies on constellations of Air Force satellites that circle our globe and on the fin flash of our aircraft in harm's way in every corner of the world. Indeed, it flies in the heart of every airman who serves our great nation. The sun never sets on our U.S. Air Force, nor on the flag we so proudly cherish. The words of a fifth grader.
Wow. That, first of all, it's just powerful to sum it all up. But the fact that it was a fifth grader at a ceremony,
Yeah,
that is phenomenal.
phenomenal.
We'll be seeing that student in years to come doing some
Well,
amazing writing.
I will say that I knew her grandfather and I briefly knew her father. They were both in politics, and Phil
Okay.
Giaquinta was a realtor at my firm, so I got to work with Phil and help him with technology. And he
Oh,
was he was good.
fantastic.
Yeah, he was one of the good ones. So, Maggie, thank you for allowing me to read that, and I will make sure that I give you credit where credit is due.
Absolutely.